Hello and welcome to France 24's weekly music show. I'm Jennifer Ben Brahim. Today I'm joined in the studio by a pioneering duo of French electronic music. Geffray and Sebastien Chenut, aka Scratch Massive, have been making music together for more than 20 years, blending techno and cold wave sounds. Now, after 6 years of solo projects and working on film soundtracks, they're back with Nox Anima, and it's an album that takes us into their uniquely dreamy yet haunting musical universe. Maud and Sebastien are in the studio to tell us more ahead of their show at Paris's legendary Trianon venue. Sebastien and Maud, welcome to France 24.
Hello.
Welcome back, Maud, because I know we've had you on before.
Yeah.
Now, we just heard the track Inner Symphony. It's one of my favourite tracks off the album. It's a perfect example of this cinematic universe you've created on this latest record. So what imaginary film soundtrack are you making for us with this album?
But the matter of fact, we were studying movies together. Like we were studying cinema at the university. And during our teenagers period, we are listening a lot of soundtracks. So when we started music, we all have that experience of movie lovers, soundtrack lovers. So it's true that our albums are very built in this way, in the way that it's a movie. So we have an introduction, a peak in the middle, and a happy ending sometime. Mm-hmm. And we love to develop music like that from the track 1 to the track 10. Yes, to have a real story, which is sometimes complicated because nowadays, with Spotify, people are more listening singers after singers, but we keep that kind of tradition of making albums with a narration for 1 to 10, like a movie, like a script.
Are there any soundtracks from your time at university that have really stuck with you as inspirations, would you say?
I mean, many of them. Blade Runner, The Big Blue from Luc Besson.
You can hear Blade Runner definitely on this album. Yeah.
I mean, most part of the Eric Serra soundtrack from that era, Nikita, Subway, and The Big Blue. Of course, all the music from Jojo Moroder, from Midnight Express, and to Blade Runner and stuff like that. Now, Blade Runner was actually Vangelis, but don't make any mistake.
And speaking of cinema, you made this a large part of the record in Los Angeles, where you live. How did the city influence the sound of the album?
Maybe it influenced because there's a big spatiality in that city, and we love to make the music in our studio and to move in the city with the car and listening what we are creating at the moment. And maybe it influenced us to this spatiality, and it's a cinema city for sure. And I think we wouldn't do maybe the same kind of sound in another place. That's why it influenced.
It's definitely a soundtrack or an album that you can listen to driving around late at night and have that feel to it.
Exactly.
Now, the album is also infused with lots of kind of pop-infused tracks, like this next one called You Can't Hide, featuring French singer Jeanne Added. Take a listen.
At first there was nothing, the air was cold, the wind was blowing, can you recall? The sky cracking. We've traveled far, as we've been told, it's getting lonely, it's getting old. The storm's coming.
So it was one of the tracks off Nox Anima. Now that track is one of the many collaborations on the album. Another one is with the singer Yelle, and it's called Des Choses. Now, why this choice to work with these two French singers? What do they bring to the album?
We worked with her because we listened to her last album, L'air du verso, and definitively she had take a way of more intimate and maybe dark way of doing music, and we were really touched by this new sound, and we proposed to her to do a song with her, and she said yes. So that's what. And then for Jeanne, maybe.
And for Jeanne, it's like we used to listen a lot of her first album when she was making a fusion between electronic music and pop, and she has a voice that very fits that universe. And she was into her back of her head for many months. And when the moment was coming to find the perfect track for her, when it came, we directly asked her to do it, and she said yes. And I think the results was kind of a good one.
She has a really beautiful, haunting voice. And it goes perfectly with the music. Now, one of the first videos that dropped from the album is a really incredible one. It's called I See You Up Tomorrow, and it has this real dystopian feel to it. And it was made with a little bit of help from artificial intelligence. Can you talk us through this video and the process of making it?
The thing is that we worked with artificial intelligence because as independent musicians and independent label too, it allowed us to be maybe more free in the creative process, to imagine things that we couldn't do without this technology. And the director, Emmanuel Cossu, wanted to test that kind of technology. So we imagined a place with students in Hong Kong, you know, with all the events happened there, and an ending totally different with people taking to the sky and maybe a symbol of freedom or something like this. It allowed us to be totally free in that ideas.
It's a very powerful video. Now, we kind of touched upon this earlier on, but it really feels, this album, Nox Anima, feels like an ode to nighttime, and it's something you both kind of touched upon on previous albums like Nuit de Rêve or Night of Dreams in English back in 2011. What is it about nighttime that inspires you, would you say?
The nighttime is like, we call it Nox Anima. It's more about the moment of the night where you have the time to have a nice reflection and you can think about things that the activity of the day is not into your mind and like try to put you on different road of creativity, you know. So by night, you have the moment to think about things and things can get more calm and makes the creativity much easier. So it's more like the experience of the night, not by going by nightclub after nightclubs and getting like it's more based on the creativity and the time you have to reflect on that.
Now we're going to move on to some other music news, to a festival that's taking place across the day and nighttime coming up later on this week. It's one of the biggest festivals taking place over 2 consecutive weekends. Coachella in Indio, California will see the pop superstar Lady Gaga return to the main stage. She's headlining along with rockers Green Day and American singer Post Malone. Other big names include Charlie XCX, Missy Elliott and Kraftwerk. Now, Maud and Sebastien, do you like playing at festivals, or are you more kind of club performers, would you say?
I mean, we do both. I mean, festival is nice because you can meet people that you're not used to meet, you know, because they come from a different room or different arena. Yeah. So they could be like happy to see you or discovering you. And we love to have our proper stage or like in a venue because all people are coming for you 100%. Yeah. But both of them are very interesting.
Yeah, festivals are a good place to discover new bands, as you were saying. Well, this year there's just one group flying the flag for French music, and that is Polo&Pan. The electro duo are bringing their tropical, worldly sounds to the California desert. This as they drop their 3rd album, 2222, also reference to nighttime, apparently. And that's a magical blend of disco, funk, and electro. It also features collaborations with Beth Ditto and Metronomy. My colleague Nina Masson spoke to them in Paris before they flew out to Coachella. Take a listen.
France 24. Partout dans le monde, on est bien en France, France 24. 2222, it's a mirror hour. It talks about duality. Polo&Pan, we've always been a duo, and we wanted to. It's also, the whole album is about intuition and the different way we look at life. We have different approaches and we try to make this music together. So 2222 is a symbolization of that magic hour where we come together. Really interested in field recording. We love collecting instruments. In the beginning of our project, we were really interested about like how could we record wood or water, glass, like all these essential sounds. And we love to keep our iPhone open to record some improbable things that can become samples in our music. Like you, for example, right now.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it was a C minor.
We're super proud to be representing France. We're the only French band this year, and it's very exciting for us to come for the second time, this time on the main stage at 8 p.m. on a Sunday. And it's always a moment where we have some family coming along and some friends and the label, so it's a very exciting show, and we're looking forward to it.
So that was Polo&Pan, flying the flag for French music over in Coachella this weekend. Now we've come to the end of the show. I want to thank Maud and Sebastien for coming to speak to us in the studio from Scratch Massive about their new album, and you've got quite a big show coming up later at the Trianon. What can fans expect from the show?
A big and long one.
Oh, good. Okay.
Big experience.
Now, before we go, enough time to talk about another group that have the same career longevity as you two. That's Wu-Tang Clan. Now, we're dropping a collaborative album with longtime friend DJ Mathematics called Black Samson, the Bastard Swordsman. Now, that title being an homage to blaxploitation movies of the 1970s. The album comes out ahead of the group's final ever tour around the US, which kicks off in June. We'll leave you with the track Mandingo. Now, for more arts and culture, you can head to our website. There's more news coming up on France 24 right after this.
The Mandingo style takes a strong back and total breath control. If properly mastered, one's skin becomes impervious to swords, spears, and fire, even bullets. Ultimately, one becomes invincible.
I like to see if you can match my deadly Shaolin technique. Like this? Right. Chef sharpens blade. Scorpion strength. You bastard!
Oh shit! My design is like fine wine trip, caught me spelling a yell. He jumped out of a bag with a bliff, kept coughing with a mask.